Hi guys, how's everybody doing? I look shiny today. I don't know why, because I did not put any special makeup on. Oh, how's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing good today. And we've had a kind of crazy go of it in the Lockwood house, but hopefully things are getting better. Happy Friday. I can't believe I'm doing a tutorial on Friday, but that's okay. We're going to go right from tutorial to happy hour. Hi, Heather Watson. Did you get your invite? Who's here? I see Heather. I see 4 people so far. I will talk for a little bit since this is an odd hour for a tutorial. Hi, Cindy. How are you? We had a scare last night and this morning, Heather, but I think we got a handle of it, and I think he's on the road to improving. So it's not been great. Hi, Kimberly, welcome to our new member. So we have happy hour at 5 o'clock. This tutorial will probably last about 1 hour and 15 minutes, just enough for us to all get our glass of wine or tea or whatever you bring to happy hour. And I don't even remember if I scheduled happy hour, but we have it at 5 o'clock. And I apologize because, as most of you guys know, it's been a crazy 2 weeks in this household. But I think we're on the road to recovery. So I'm doing a little paint therapy today with y'all. So I just wanted to show you what we did on Tuesday and where I am with it. I'm probably going to add a little bit more doodling, but this was our mixed media paper on top of doodling. And I mean, it was a lot. You can see all my paper scraps. It was a lot of fun. So if you didn't have a chance, I did a little bit of shading, like to show like kind of his wing line here and his breast, you know, and all that, and hopefully to show that he's looking that way. Got his little fingers drawn in. I fanned out his tail a little bit more. You don't drink, but you like happy hour chatting, and that's just fine. There's a lot of us that don't drink tea. I mean, you drink beverages like tea and all that. So whatever is your comfort beverage, that's what I say, right? Comfort beverage hour. It's just happy hour because we love to be together. That's all. No happy hour schedule, but you have a captive audience now. Okay, good. We'll just be happy now. I'll come on at 5 after we take a break because I have a lot to talk about. Okay, so Texas Fields, guys. Is anybody painting with me? Hi, Dana. Hi, Carrie. Hey, Carrie. I'm so glad that you're on the mend, man. What a journey you've been on. So I'm happy that you're here. Okay. So Texas Fields. So this is similar to what we're going to paint today. We're going to paint these lovelies with these big long stamens. I do not have any queen bee, so these will most likely be in oranges. Yeah, it's not going to look like this. They never look exactly like the way I paint them here, but this is going to be the idea, except for I feel like I want to put some oranges in the sky like the other one I did and make it a sunsetty dark. So the perspective on this is not that you're looking at a whole field of wildflowers. It's like you're laying in the wildflowers, looking at them at this level. Okay, so you're not looking up on top of them into the distance. You're just right here, kind of like, just imagine yourself laying on your stomach in a beautiful field of wildflowers that have no bugs. Okay, so don't imagine the bugs. This wildflower field has no bugs. You're just laying there. It sounds like a song. I think there's got to be a song. Laying there on those cool grasses with lightning bugs all around, and you're just looking right into the flowers. Okay, so that's what we're going to imagine today. Hi, Kirsten. You're painting. Okay, good. Well, I hope I didn't mess you up, but I did start with a blue canvas. And if you have I did that because I'm painting on a dark wood canvas. This is just like a particle board that I have cut up. But if you're painting, if you're starting on a white canvas, you wouldn't need to do this, okay? But I think I'm going to start with some blues and oranges and pinks, and then go down to dark blue, because we want in here to be really, really dark behind all those grasses. Okay, so I have Summer Crush. And girls, my paints are in real bad shape because they're all at the end, and so they are dry. And I have, I've got my little egg crate, so I will use that. Blue Iris. And I have some Bohemian Blues somewhere. Oh, it's over there. I have some Summer Crush for some orange to go with the pink and the blues, just to make some purples and all of that going on. I'm painting with DIY paint today. You can obviously do this with acrylic. It just takes a little bit longer when you're working with acrylic because the paint stays wetter, but sometimes that's good. So I'm gonna start with this brush. I'm just gonna get some blue on here, but not in here, like just kind of around the edges. Let me get some water. That's not going anywhere. I'm gonna get the pinks and the yellows in here. So I just want to get this blue on here, and I'm going to grab some Bohemian Blue right here behind me. How are you, Kirsten? How are you, Kirsten? Not you. Whoops. And down here is where I want it to be really dark. So I'm going to blend in that Bohemian Blue with this blue. Kind of blend those two together going down. Need some water. So if you're using acrylics, most likely you're not going to be spraying your canvas with water, because that's going to make your acrylics jump. But if you're using a chalk type paint, then that's just going to make them blend beautifully. They can blend. I mean, you can spray acrylics with water. I do it sometimes, but you just have to be careful of not overwatering them, because then they're just going to slide right off. Okay, now I'm going to start getting some pink and some orange in there. I didn't want to like blend it all over my brush, because I want the pink and the orange to be vivid, and then I'm going to add I'll just keep this brush out, add little dots of, I don't know, we're playing. A friend of mine is having a brain tumor removed today. I can use paint therapy. Oh, good. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean good. Well, good that it's having removed, and good that you're going to have some paint therapy. You know what I mean, right? Okay, now I'm gonna get some orange in here. I think this is gonna be pretty. So we have a lake behind our house. It's just a little lake. It's not a boating lake or anything. It is a fishing lake and a bird watching lake. And so we are very lucky because we do get to see these colors often. I know you guys have seen me posting a lot of sunsets and all that. So I just thought, okay, this one, I did one that was just a hot sunset. It was all pinks and oranges, and that's it. But this one's gonna be a little combination. And in a second, I'm gonna get some more blue in here. And some more pink. And then it really glows down at the bottom, right, before it gets dark. I wish I had yellow, but I don't. I'm gonna kind of make that ovally, like the sun is kind of setting over here. Now a lot of this is going to be covered with flowers, so this is just going to be, hi Renee, this is just going to be poking through. Okay, so it doesn't, I mean, it's not, this is not supposed to look like super realistic or all that. It's just going to give you the idea that there's something going on here that's fantastic. Don't really want to mix a lot of that blue with the orange because I don't want to see green so much in there. So I'll mix some blue on the brush with some, let's see, with some Kissing Booth on the brush. Mix it together. Get the purples. And then like right there, I pulled some paint off because I worked it too hard. I'll just put a flower over that because the flowers are going to come up like this. Pretty, right? Does it look pretty, you guys? It's looking pretty. Oh, I should get some of the lighter blue in there to just, this is the blue I use for the base. This is Petal Pusher. So I'm going to tap some of that in. Kind of over here. Oh, yeah. Tap some in. Okay, I think that's gonna do it since I'm really not worried about perfection. That's gonna do it. Does it look like a crazy fiery sunset? Again, this is all, half of this is gonna be covered with flowers. So, okay, so I'm done with these two brushes. So I'm gonna go ahead and wipe them off and then put them in my water. And we're gonna let this dry. I'm gonna grab my blow dryer and let it dry. Hi, Michelle. How you doing? Okay, we're gonna let this dry. Gosh, it looks like a beautiful sunset right before a storm or something, huh? I could probably use a little bit more blue on here, but I'm not gonna worry about it. Hi, Monica. Thanks. Well, you can't go wrong with Kissing Booth, Summer Crush, Blue Iris, Bohemian Blue, and Pale Vision. Just throw it on there. You can't go wrong. It's impossible. Okay, that's dry enough. So now I'm going to, I'll show you kind of the painting that we're going after, but a smaller version of it right now. So now we're gonna get 3 of these flowers on, so it'll look a little bit differently because we're on a smaller canvas. And then I'm gonna get those on with chalk, right? And then I'm just gonna kind of draw the basics, and then we're gonna get the background, the greenery, some of the background greenery on first. So I have my chalk, right? So I'm gonna put one right here, and one right here, okay? And I really like these little, that shaped flower with the big stamen. And so basically how I chalk that out, let's see, what did I say? One right here, one right here, and one right here, is I kind of just go like this, like an oval, okay? And one right here, and one right here. Okay, so that's kind of the basic idea. Now, I don't have white. I mean, I have white, but we're not gonna do them in white. We're gonna do them in, the white I have is gesso. I guess we can do them in white with orange stamens. That'll be pretty. It's really strange for me right now because I'm trying to figure out how best to work. I might start doing all of my tutorials from the mill house because I'm starting to have a lot more of my supplies over there. And, well, and I'll probably more and more have more supplies. So those are gonna go there, but I'm not gonna, no, I'm not telling you the truth right now. I am going to get the first layer of paint on these right now. No, I'm not. I don't know. Yes, I know. Let's just get a really, really basic first layer of paint on these. I'm kind of going back and forth with how I want to do this, but I'm going to use a bigger brush because it's a bigger flower. And for now, I'm just going to kind of get the idea of the petals on here. And remember, this is just a first layer of white paint. And I do tend to like start painting in the direction that I want the petals to kind of move in. That like I want the veining of the petals to be looking like. So that's what you see me doing here. It's not going to matter much. This is gesso. And I'm gonna have to put a couple coats on this. Hi, Suzanne. So you can see these are heavier down here and they're going to be smaller up here because that's going to show the direction of how we're seeing them. We're seeing more of the front of the flower than we are the back, if that makes sense. Okay, so we're not gonna worry so much about that because we're gonna put more coats on there. Don't worry about it. But in order for that to, like for the yellow to really show up on these, we're gonna need to have plenty of white between us, or the orange. Because you guys know orange does not like. Okay, I'm gonna keep this brush because I like how thin it is here, which means I'm gonna have lots of control. And we're gonna start in with our greenery. Okay, so, you know, if I'm drawing, I'm gonna have greenery going all the way up here, because remember, this is a view as if I'm looking right here. So we're gonna have greenery all, you know, coming up through here, all through here, and and lots of stuff down here, and then flowers on top and behind the greenery. So I'm gonna get all my greens and some of my blues, because I like to mix the blues and the turquoises with the greens. And I'm just gonna give myself, I have my egg carton, so I'm just gonna squirt. I love using these egg cartons because then you can just spray the whole thing with water to keep your paints wet. Ooh, Fancy Farm Girl. I love these three colors. I might even do some scraping because that made me excited. The top of the can, I love that when I got that wet paint. I will definitely put some mermaid tail in with those flowers for interest, and look at the brightness that goes with this. Really pretty, right? I will probably put some water lily in with these flowers, with these greeneries. In fact, I'm going to start with some big leaves that will get covered up, and we're going to do okay, so I'm going to start with some big like leaves right here. A lot of these leaves will get covered up, so right now it looks weird, I know. And then I might do one that's more of a not so wide because we're seeing it at a different angle. Let's give that. Uh-oh, this has got to come forward for me. just to get some interest in here. Let's just get these fun colors. Hi, Anne. These fun colors on the canvas. I'm not worried about like going over this flower so much because I'm going to go over it a lot. This is just going to be a layered and poking out. Okay, so right now, right off the bat, I'm going to start dipping in all these colors and getting this. Actually, maybe I'll do a little scraping, okay? So just to provide some interest on the leaf, I've got some of this green over here. Okay, you can see what I'm doing. Okay, let's get some mermaid tail on there. And remember, you guys, if I start going too fast for you, don't worry. Just do what you can and have fun, and then just go back and look at it if you want to afterwards. I apologize if I'm going too fast. Okay, so that's kind of fun for some cool leaves, right? These are, most of these are gonna get like crazy covered, right? It'd kind of even be fun to put some pink in there. Yeah, see, that's really pretty. This is actually like a lavender pink, but it's really, hi Christine, it just, I don't know, it makes a pop. Okay, so I'm gonna wipe this brush off, and I'm gonna start getting some other leaves on here. Lots and lots and lots of leaves. I think I'm gonna use a fan brush and kind of like a thin brush. I'm just gonna play around and see what I got going on here. But down here, I wanna get a lot of dark, so like grasses. So I've got this fan brush, and I'm just gonna start getting them in. We're gonna have some coming up here and through here, but the ones that are back here are gonna be less dense, right? Because my face is right here, and the ones that are back there are the ones that are a little bit farther away. So when I go onto my canvas, I'm gonna go down here first when I have a lot of paint on my brush. And then as I have less paint on my brush, I'm gonna go up here and get some of these in. I want them to be, you know, we don't have good vision anymore, so. Right? Are you with me? Are you with me with the poor vision? So down here, real dense, and I'm gonna have a lot of stems in this darker green down here. So in the end, when we're done, you can barely see through the bottom. It's real dark. There's no sunlight down here. And you can kind of play. We can make like little seedling pockets like that. But we will do that with all the other colors. And if you don't have a fan brush, just go ahead and, you know, touch it up. Use a little thin brush like this and just use your really white wispy strokes. The fan brush gives you just a nice little grassy look. Okay, so that was only one color of green. If you're seeing two colors on there, it's because some of it's drying. Another thing with the fan brush that you can do, here I'll just show you the movement, is when you go like this, you can go, oh, and it gives you a leaf pattern. Okay, did you guys see that? So if I go like this and then I move it this way, now it looks like instead of a blade of grass, I've got more of a leafy pattern, which we're gonna do that. See that right there? That's what I'm talking about right there. Okay, so now I'm just gonna change colors green. Eventually I'm gonna go through all the different colors, like I'll be dipping my brush, but watch, this is gonna give me a leaf. Grassy fields. And eventually I'm going to get, let's say that guy, this guy is getting a stem going down this way. That's his stem. I want to get it on here now because I don't want it to be in front, right? In front of all the wildflowers. I'm going to want stuff coming over it. This is going to be his stem. And this is going to be his stem. Why are my flowers girls or boys? I don't know. Why did I name my flowers boys? Why am I saying his? They should be hers. And because I have that on there right now, I'm gonna get some leaves coming off that stem, and with my fan brush, I'm gonna go da-da, and then boom. I should have chosen a different brush to do that. It's best with a one of these with a flat brush. So we'll do it again. Hi, Barbara. I'll show you. Remember how when we did the leaf workshop, here up and then boom, twist it. Okay. It's a little bit thick. I'll do it again. Up and twist, push it down. Put another color on there. Okay. And I'm going to give him one right here coming out and then down. Out and down. Okay, and then I might even just go in here and put some leaves like that in here with this while I have this brush handy, just coming off some of these stems, or give them their own stem, because we're gonna have like lots more flowers in here too. I'm sorry that sometimes I miss where your comments are pointed towards because I didn't catch it in time. So I'm just filling this bad boy up with lots and lots of greenery. I'm gonna get some blue, some Bohemian blue in there in a second. And then you can do the opposite thing with this little flat brush too, is kind of, you always want to flatten it and make sure the flat part's really thin, but go up and then push. And then you've got the leaves, the grasses that are real thick going up. Okay, so up and then push it. So pretty. Okay, let's get some Bohemian blue in here. Some right over some of these green. Even though the background's Bohemian blue right now, it's gonna be pretty to have some little streaks of Bohemian blue in there. Shoot, don't have much left. But that's okay. I don't have much left, so I'm not worried about getting the green in there because I won't be painting furniture with this, so then I don't really care. Actually, let's try this with the fan brush. Yeah, look at those. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? See how that just really, really gives it. So dark colors go to the background. So even though I'm painting this on here in the front, it's, if you look at it, it's really looking like it's coming through the back. Okay, now with not so much on my brush, I'm going to just softly get some up here. Do you guys have wildflower fields where you live? So Texas, like, it is just one of the biggest surprises for me when I moved here was the fields and fields of wildflowers, and I mean, just like at the side of the freeway, in the most random spots, and sunflowers. It's just every season the wildflowers change too. So in summer to late summer, it's sunflowers, and they grow everywhere. They grow in dirt and mud. Wherever there's construction, there's always sunflowers, which is such a lovely thing because construction sucks, right? All right, do we have comments here? Nope, very little comments. You guys are just listening beautifully, huh? Okay, let's see here. Kind of want a little bit more dark in here, so I'm just gonna play with this Bohemian Blue back here. I really want this bottom to be really intense here. Now, see, now I'm just going back and forth, and now on top of some of that blue, I'm layering green. Layers, layers, layers. You guys know how crazy I am about my layers. You have desert brush, not many flowers. The cactus have some. I know. It's funny because even in Southern California, you know, there's areas where there's poppies, but Southern California is really plagued by drought often, not the last couple of years. But there's flowers everywhere, but most of them are planted, right? So most of them are not wild, is what I've noticed. But out here in North Texas, I know West Texas is more deserty. In North Texas, there's just wildflowers everywhere until it gets too hot and then they die. Okay. I'm going to get a little bit of the bright blue, of the blue iris in here, just because that's going to be pretty. And then we're going to start getting some other flowers on. That blue iris really does, just really makes it pretty. Okay. We can never have enough layers. You are right. You are right, Miss Christie. Okay, so now we're going to get some flowers on here. So I'm wanting to see some pink in here. These are going to get another layer of white. Let's actually get the white on so that can have some time to dry. And then we'll get some orange. Sorry, I'm looking at my other one for perspective. Okay, where's my brush that I did the white with? Here it is. Let me rinse that in fresh water. Okay, so I'm going to go back to my white gesso. Use any white you have. I don't have literally any white paint here for some reason. And now I'm going to like more deliberately do the direction of the flowers. So like for this one, I want this petal coming like this. And this petal just coming in like this. So I don't know if you can see that, but because I'm putting plenty of paint on here, I'm creating the petal direction of the flowers. Hi, Judy. Okay, and then this one's going to be going, so those two are kind of going that way a little bit. This one's going to be straight up going this way. Okay. All right, so we got 2 layers. We're probably going to need another layer of this gesso because it's not as thick as my DIY or white acrylic paint is usually pretty thick versus all the other acrylics because they make it thick so it's not so translucent. Okay, so I'm going to rub most of the paint off that. Let that dry before I get the yellow in there. Texas flowers. I posted photos from 2010 at my house in Fort Worth this morning. Oh my gosh. This morning you had 4 feet of snow. Oh my goodness. Lucky, lucky, lucky. I just want that to happen once or twice and I'm super good with it. Okay, so now we're going to get some Firefox. Is it called Firefox, Judy, or Fire? No, it's Indian Fire, or what is it called? It's orange and red, but I've got orange and pink, and so that's what we're going to do here. So I'm just going to take a little square brush or a little round brush, whatever you want. It's going to give you good, maybe a round brush, maybe a filbert. It doesn't really matter. I just get all weird about it. Okay. And I'm going to get orange on. And I have 2 colors of orange. So I have, do I have fire starter? Maybe I do. I have a little bit. So that's going to be pretty. No, the storm in 2010. Haha, not today. Oh, okay. But we have a storm coming. So we'll see what happens, right? So this is going to be kind of like a triangular, like this. So I'm just going to use my, this is a tippy round brush, like a watercolor brush. And it's kind of like 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. I just made that up. 2, 3, 4, and back to just a couple. Okay, so there. And then I just layer that. We're supposed to have snow, let's see, I think Monday and Wednesday. See, I'm going right over this leaf. That's my layering that I love to see the layering happen. Okay, and maybe just some little ones right here. And then you can make it look all wacky, like every once in a while have one sticking out because it's windy here and they get all messed up. The yellow ones, you mean the white ones are like the caliph lupins? I don't know what that is. I used to know more names of flowers. I guess lose it or use it maybe, right? So that's just only one color of orange. This is Summer Crush. Now I'm going to go with the brighter one, just to give it more depth. But I'm going to let the darker orange settle. Actually, I want to get some more darker orange on here because I want the darker orange to settle in, because the darker goes to the background, right? So we want to leave space when I put the, whoops, that is the brighter. I wanted the darker. Oh well. I want to leave some of this dark, when I put the brighter on, I want to leave some of the darker showing. And make your brush strokes, make your little leaves go in different directions. That way it doesn't look so flat, right? So have some kind of sticking out on the side. Okay, now I'm ready for the bright. Okay. I'm going to stick just a little bit of this Kissing Booth. Let me get some water in here. Just a little bit of that in those, just to give them some cute little interest. How are we doing? How's everybody doing? I need a sip of my Diet Coke. Okay, what else do we want to get in here? Let's get some cute. Well, let me see what other colors I have around. I think I have, this will be pretty on here. Some Cowgirl Coral. Suzanne, you're doing good. Okay, good. I want all my girls to do good, to be good. I just want some buds, some random buds, I think. Yeah, this color. So I'm just gonna tap in there, here and there. This is the same brush I was using. I'm just tapping it. Do you see that? So I'm just like literally with my brush just tapping just to get little tiny buds. Now these are right up front, so they look like they're right up front. And so what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to find some dark spaces on this canvas. And I'm going to not have so much paint on my brush. So after I do a few of these, I'm gonna wipe some off, and I'm just gonna kind of put them really hazy, like back here. Kind of like they're, you know, farther away. Not something you really have to do, it's just something that makes me feel better. So none of these have their own stems yet, so that's something we'll get in there. Just looking to see what else I want to get on here. I feel like we need some more pink in here. I don't even know if I have. I have hot pink, and I have Kissing Booth. I'm gonna have to learn how to deal with having things at two different spots, guys. Let's see here. I just want to see what kind of color I can make by mixing the hot pink with the Kissing Booth. Hi, Antonia. I might be able to make something extra special, so we'll see. Let's try it. Well, it definitely is pinker. I like it. All right, so what should we do with that, though? I think we'll make little, you know what? Let me put that to the side. Let me get a, this is, thank you, Antonia. This is Cherry Picked, which is a deep purple. I would say it's a purple brown. So it's going to be fun because I'm going to put some extra flowers. That's going to be the middle. And we're going to use this pink to use that. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 right here. Okay, and I'm gonna use this little brush here. Okay, I'm gonna use this brush because I already have it wet. This color that I made is really pretty. And we're just gonna go around this. This is gonna be like, I'm trying to remember what types of flowers I have in, so it'll be really small on this side because of the view again that we're using. I'm just getting lots of layers on there. Okay, so they're a little bit dark, so then I'm gonna take a little bit more of this, the cherry colored round pokey flowers too. I'm trying to figure out what cherry colored round pokey flowers are. I'm just gonna get a little bit of this hot pink on there, just not all over, but just for some highlights on there. And while I'm at it, I'm going to fix that. Oops, too wet. My brush is too wet. So I'm just going right over the area where I made the petals come to this little stamen. Okay. Okay, we need one more coat of white on here, and then we're going to be ready for the middle of those flowers and then the rest of the greenery. I do have this gold yellow, so if I can get some out of the tube. It's very, very dry. Isn't that crazy? I don't have any yellow. All right, let me get my brush that I was doing the white with. Rinse it off in this water down here. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. I said to myself, go find this print. Go find this print. don't know what you're talking about. Oh my God. Okay, we're gonna get more white on here. So again, I'm just using the same strokes I use. I'm not really worried about how the brush is gonna edge out down here, because I can make them like crinkly, rough edged flowers, you know what I mean? And I'll show you how I'm gonna get the detail onto the flowers shortly here. Go find the flowers this spring. Okay, I will. You know, I will. I am obsessed with the wildflowers. My family thinks I'm crazy because I'm always bringing home wildflowers, and half the time they have ticks on them or something. I will find them. You send me a picture, Judy, and I'll find them. The first year I was here, I was constantly picking wildflowers, and I didn't know about, in California, there's not a lot of bugs at all. And so I did not realize that, I didn't realize that the wildflowers came with bugs, and I needed to rinse them off in the faucet outside. I brought ticks into the house and all sorts of crazy spiders, and it was not a good thing. We should take a day and go to Ennis or even the Hill Country. I'm down. I think more than a day, Michelle. I think after these last couple of weeks, I'm looking for a month or something. Okay. Okay, that's gotta dry, so I'm gonna put a blow dryer on it because I want to put the orange and the yellow, if I can. Oh, I have light yellow. Yay. I forgot that I have cake batter, and that's this yellow. That's dry enough. I'm excited for this part. All right, I'm going to start with orange, which is Summer Crush, because that's going to be the dark color. And I'm going to put it on like this. Okay, so what's happening is that one's kind of facing that way. This one. Just facing that way a little bit too. I don't like how cone shaped this is, so I'll just fix it a little bit. And then this one's going to be facing this way. Okay, now I'm just gonna go right in and put some of this yellow over it. So just layering there. Hi, Jennifer. Okay, so still, if you look at the flowers, you really can't see the direction that the flowers are facing, but we're gonna fix that right now. We're gonna make an off-white. Okay, so I'm gonna take, I haven't figured out how I'm gonna make the off-white yet, but we'll figure that out in a second. Let me put some of these caps on so I don't spill them. Bohemian blue. Okay, I figured it out. I have a little bit of dark and decrepit, and I have the acrylic gesso. Okay, so I have the white gesso. That's serving as my white paint today. I have one left vestibule. So I'm going to take white, a little drop of the gesso, and just the tiniest amount of this to make, okay, I'm going to show you. You guys see what I'm doing? Okay, so I've got, you know, like a teaspoon of white paint, and I'm going to start with just that much, a dab on my brush, and see what happens. Because it happens fast where it's a shade. Okay, I think I need just a little bit more, so I'll wipe it off and then get in there and get a little bit more. Okay. Now I have a shade beigeur, like a beigeur. It's just a little bit beige. I don't know if you can see, yeah, you won't be able to tell, but it's just a little bit beige. So now I can look at those brush strokes that I made with my brush, and then I can highlight the petals here with the color. And the direction that I made with my brush. I can kind of highlight the edges. But this way we'll be able to see the different petals and the way they're going. Can you see it? Can you see it on here? I don't know if you can see it. It's just a subtle way of, with white flowers, getting in. You know me, I'm all about the black, but I get critiqued all of the time for my black on the flowers. Okay, I don't know if you can see those details. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, well, that is not going to be good. I'm going to take this Summer Crush and just really get it kind of darker and brighter here. And then I might just okay. So we'll stop there, and then I'm going to put on more greenery now. Since we got all of our flowers on, I'm going to make sure my brush is dry or wet, and we're going to put on more greenery because it wouldn't be that these three flowers are just sticking out in the front. Is the brush like a liner type? I think I was just using this brush. This is Tipsy, Turquoise Iris Tipsy. It is a liner. It's not the, there's the really long liner like that. It's not that, it's just it's a fine liner. But I have my fan brush right now, so I'm going to be using that. And we're going to use all of these pretty bright colors and get some more greenery on here. Oh, and I need to do this first. Let's get these guys having some, that I will use this one for, because these guys need a really thin kind of woody stem. I need water. I need more water. You really need a good amount of water when you're using this brush. BRB. It's okay that you're late, Pam. We're almost done, but you can watch the replay, right? I'm just giving these guys some stems. I like to do, you know what I'm going to do is I like to do like a woody, like a old grass an old grass movement with this brush. Kind of drag it. Okay, these guys don't have stems either, so I'll use this one for them. Okay, and see how all these stems look like they're right there in the front? That's why we need more greenery over them. But I'm gonna get some leaves on these guys. I don't know what that was, but it's okay. That just makes it so much better when you actually put some grass over it. I'm gonna get some of this mermaid tail in here because pretty. I'm gonna put some of this mermaid tail back over on this guy too. I'm not like too keen about the water lily, so maybe because I don't have it anywhere else. That's why. Yeah, see? That's why I don't like the water lily, because I didn't have it anywhere else. And now I just have multiple colors on my brush and it's just fun. Hi, Stephanie. My dog's looking at me because it's time to eat, isn't it, Shamey? You hungry, boy? I really like this one right here. Ooh, that is pretty, pretty, pretty. Oh, let's get some water lily up here. Oh yeah. So see, remember what I said? These are a little bit hazier because they're farther away. So they're just softer. Not a lot of paint on your brush. Okay, guys, I mean, I could keep on going and going and going. Oh, I'm going to get some green over these pink flowers. Let them just kind of fade into the distance back here. Because I don't really love them. No. All right. I think we're good. I'll tilt it a little bit so you can see, hopefully you can see the details on the flower. I might go over it a little bit more with pink because my fine liner wasn't as thin as I would have liked it to be. And then when this is dry, I might even take, you know, my little white marker or whatever and add some little circle details or what have you. On that one, I did not do that, but, you know, who knows? Okay, so there it is. I hope you guys have a great evening. I'm going to take a break, and we'll just come back for the happy hour chat. Even though I didn't schedule it, we might as well have a happy hour chat, okay? What time is it? Actually, stay tuned. I might make a Zoom call because that would be super fun. Okay. Mwah. Love you all. Thanks.